Guys, I'm mad. The world is broken, dark, and somebody tried to scam me this morning. And I have thoughts, I have feelings, but I'm going to suppress them with the help of some leftover Christmas cookies and coffee while I explain to you what happened so you can avoid having this thing happen to you. First up is a mint chocolate chip cookie made by my wife. This morning, I got a push notification on my phone from my PayPal app, and I got a similar notification via email that bill pay updated your invoice 58376. And I squinted. Sometimes scammers, hackers, phishers will use an email address that looks similar to the official email address, but is not actually the email address. But this was an actual invoice from PayPal. But here we have a very suspicious looking Bitcoin symbol. And also I noticed bill pay updated your invoice. This should be the name of the person or business sending an invoice, and they're obviously trying to pass this off as some system notification. So yeah, I know nothing about this. I'm not going to click view and pay, and I see a phone number down here. If you did not make this transaction, please contact us at number 1-430-888-4124 to cancel and claim a refund. So I call this number, and that was my first mistake. Because if you look closely, this is actually the seller note to customer. This is where somebody would say, "Thank you for buying that thing from me. Happy holidays." But they gussied it up to look like fine print from PayPal. And this is how you resolve an unauthorized transaction. But if you look down here, PayPal says PayPal won't ask you to call or send text to phone numbers in an invoice. I was not paying close enough attention. This is actually pretty simple and very clever. And the whole scam is predicated on me being suspicious of something and wanting to resolve it and looking for a phone number to call to get help. I think they knew exactly what they were doing by including a Bitcoin symbol up here. They want me to call to try to fix this thing, because that is where the scam rubber meets the road. So I called the number, and one thing that should have stood out to me as a giant red flag was the fact that I didn't have to wait that long. I didn't have to go through some menu system. They connected me to a woman right away who had a thick Indian or Pakistani accent. Now, businesses outsource call support to different countries all the time, but unfortunately, a lot of scam call centers are based in India and Pakistan. So now my spidey senses are starting to tingle, but I'm going to hang in there. I explained that I received a suspicious email and there might be an unauthorized transaction. She asked for the invoice number, which I read from the subject line, and she's able to see that the invoice originated from Dayton, Ohio, and a hacker has supposedly compromised my phone. She asked if I had been on a public Wi-Fi network anytime in the past 15 days, which it's the holiday season. That's not a bad gamble. Most likely, somebody that you're talking to, that you're trying to target, would have been traveling. They would have been in a hotel or an airport. But I wasn't. This is a candy cane cookie that my mother-in-law made. It has almond extract in it and a dusting of crushed peppermint. It's very good. I'm thinking, you are PayPal support, so why aren't you doing things on PayPal's end? I appreciate that you're concerned about the safety and security of my phone, but instead of troubleshooting my phone security, why don't you just cancel the transaction? Which wasn't actually a transaction. If we log into PayPal, we see this suspicious unknown Christopher Ford, $619. This is an invoice received. It's pending, and it will remain pending unless I actually act on it and choose to pay it. And when I click that, it doesn't even let me do anything. It says something's not right, which makes me believe that PayPal has already flagged this as suspicious. I'm still in the process of getting a hold of them and verifying this, but if I don't do anything, as it says in the email, you can safely ignore this invoice if you're not buying anything from the seller. This is just a payment request. No money will be transferred from my account unless I approve the request and say, yes, stranger, I will gladly give you $619.99 for Bitcoin crypto. But scammers are in the business of misdirection and preying on your heightened emotions and your uncertainty about all of this. So now the not actually support agent is coaching me through how to secure my phone, my IP address or something, and keep the hacker from wreaking more mischief on my phone. So she guides me to the Play Store and asks me to download Quick Support by TeamViewer. TeamViewer is a legit software company, so I'm not concerned that I'm installing malware. But what this app does is give somebody else access to your phone. Normally it's used by real support agents or grandkids who want to help their parents set up a Gmail account without having to drive all the way to Delaware. This is not okay with me. I know what this app does, and I know that this person is putting me on a course to grant them access to my phone, where now it actually will be compromised and they'll do God knows what once they get on here. Coffee break. While I'm on the phone with this person who I am really beginning to suspect is a scammer, I double check a few things and I see, yes, this was in fact a seller note to customer. They could have just written anything here. Let me double check this phone number, and I copy and paste this in Google search results. Do not show anything that remotely connects that phone number with PayPal, which you'd expect PayPal's support number to show up somewhere. I always had my suspicions, but now I'm certain I'm not talking to PayPal, and I hang up. This is a gingerbread cookie that looks like Chewbacca's head. So I dodged the bullet. I'm feeling really angry, so I decide to eat some Christmas cookies and tell you about how I almost fell for a very simple but clever scam. I'm usually very diligent and good at sniffing out stuff like this, but this actually played to my cynicism and suspicions, and I quickly jumped on this phone number that was provided to try to resolve this issue. Well done. Well done. It's unfortunate that scam alerts are a recurring segment on this channel. In fact, I have 2 more scam letters that I'll be sharing with you in future videos, which is a shame that this is how some people have decided to make a living. And instead of helping people and providing value for them, they decide to prey on their fear and confusion. Never make a decision based on fear. And if you are feeling those